Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we are covering 22W46A. Now this update or snapshot does release the Piglin heads for Java edition and also the note block sounds. The Piglin heads are within the update 120, so you will need to enable this data pack if you do want to mess around with them. Once again, how you get these is you have to go to create a new world and select the data packs file right there. And as you can see, they are selected. If you do not select the 1.20, you will not actually get access to the Piglin mob heads, nor will you get access to the Piglin sound effects or the mob sound effects upon note blocks. So the first change within this snapshot is you can now actually specify what placement a book goes in. So before you had to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I done that the wrong way around. But as you saw from me doing that, you can now pick what book comes in and what book comes out of the actual thing. So I'm going to put a normal book there, a book and quill there, and an enchantment book there. If I now remove all of these out of my inventory, you can now see that I can take these out in that actual order, and I can put them back in any order. This is so good. Now, for anyone wondering, if you put them in through a hopper, it will still fill up from 1 to 6. You cannot specify what placement they go in by a hopper. So if I was to throw some books into there, as you can see, they fill up at 1 to 6 still. It would help if I put 6 books in, but you can then take them out in any order you like. That's a huge change, and I would love to see what else Minecraft have planned for the Chisel bookcase, because not only is that a huge thing, and that means you can now organize your books in whatever order you want. Let's cover the next 1.20 feature, which is the Piglin head. This head is gotten by a Piglin dying to a charged creeper. Now, as you can see, it has the orientation of mob heads. So if I quickly just grab a debug stick, which I can now actually do by turning on the operators tab and then getting it from there. I don't have to give it to myself through commands anymore. As you can see through the rotation, you can have up to all 15 rotations, the same as normal player heads, which you can just see them right here. The rotation depends on the angle you place the head when looking. The head only has the rotation block state. So I don't think they can be waterlogged. Obviously going off the block state, yeah, as you can see, they can't be waterlogged. It just pops off. Now the next thing, obviously, that this also introduces is the ability for you to play ambient mob sounds. Let's quickly just turn up sounds, and also this will probably come under note block. So if we get a button or something to power it, so let's quickly just do that. If we play this note block, as you can hear, it plays a normal sound. If we now put the mob head on top and play the note block, the ears do flap. That is not due to the note block being played. That is if it is powered by redstone, the ears will flap, or also when the player wears it, if we quickly just throw it on, as you can see, the ears flap when you walk. This is huge, and it also does look really cool on the player. I love the little details Minecraft give, especially the little ears flapping when powered by redstone. Obviously, if this was infinitely powered, so if we quickly just grab a redstone block and infinitely power it, the ears will always flap. They will never stop until it is unpowered. Now, this new note block is not just for the Piglin head. It is for any actual mob head in the game. So if we quickly just grab some of the others, they are actually within this tab now. So if I quickly just remove some of this and we get the wither, we get the creeper, we get the zombie and the ender dragon. Then I also want to try the player head. Does the player head actually play anything? No, it doesn't play anything at all. That's good to know. So the ender dragon head, as you can hear, plays the dragon roar sound effect. Then the zombie head will play the zombie groan. The creeper will play the creeper hiss, and the wither skeleton will play the wither skeleton rattles. That is so cool. You can now hide one of these under your friend's base, and whenever they activate it, you can actually have it play that mob head. For example, the best one will probably be a creeper. Have a skulk sensor nearby, so whenever the skulk sensor is activated, as you can hear, the creeper hisses. And obviously, if you waterlog this skulk sensor, so let's quickly just place some blocks there, and there. If you waterlog this, you won't actually hear the skulk sensor, you only hear the creeper hiss, which I think is so cool. The amount of pranks that can be done with this are also ambient. If you're making like a mini game or something like that, the actual things you can do with this without having to use command blocks or anything like that is insane. And we didn't do the creeper head, skeleton head, so I'll quickly just show you what that does. As you can hear, it will play skeleton battles, and this isn't only with redstone. If the player actually clicks on them, as you can see, it's playing the sound effect as well. It's just anytime the note block is activated while the mob head is on top. So the things we are going to try right here is we're going to try a Piglin and a Piglin brute. Will the Piglin brute drop the mob head as well? So there we go. The creeper is now charged. So if we now grab the flint and steel back, that's good that one's died. We'll redo it. So if I actually blow this Piglin brute up, as you can see, there is no Piglin head. So it seems like it is only the normal piglins that actually drop their head from being exploded. Can we use water balls to put them out of fire? Okay, we can. So now if I blow this creeper up, as you can see, a piglin head has actually dropped. The block of bamboo has had a new texture. As you can see, it's got more of a green tint to it now. And the stripped block of bamboo also has had a new texture. It looks more darker. So there is now another new texture in the game that you can use. And I think doing something like that looks really cool. And then the bamboo planks have had a texture tweak. As you can see, they are now rotated on the axis of whatever you're looking at. So they are always going to be like looking sideways. And obviously, as you can see, the top texture is different to the side textures, making it more line up with each other. Now, as far as I can tell, there's no way to get the side texture rotated upwards like this, but you can just use the strip planks to do that. As you can see, they have the same texture, just obviously this one is going upwards, the planks is going sideways. So now let's talk about 1.19.3 changes. The first one, in the Nether dimension, skeletons with skeletons only spawn at light level 7 and below instead of 11 and below. So now the mobs obviously of the Nether have to require a light level of 7. So for example, right here, the light level is 9. So they will not spawn here. You have to actually be level 7 so they can spawn here, not obviously on this block. So that's just to fix Nether portal. I think there was a bug where you could farm mobs in Nether portals infinitely, sending them straight to the overworld, and then you could obviously get a load of loot. This next change is a 1.19.3 change, and this is the creative inventory. This is apparently the last changes we will see, but obviously if feedback is provided and people want changes, they will probably make them. So the actual reorder of the redstone tab are based on feedback. So the redstone tab has been more organized into subcategories. I think it's more transport down at the bottom, the most common used items at the top, containers in the middle. And then they have also added rails and minecarts to the tools and utility tabs alongside boats and chest boats, as you can see right here. Which I think that is a really good change, because then all transport is together. So you don't have to go through different categories trying to look for them. So another 1.19.3 feature is a new command called /fill biome. Now this is a command that lets you change the type of biome that you are in. Now if I quickly just do that and then let's do 30 by 30, I don't know if Y value matters, but we're going to do it anyway. And then you can select a type of biome. So let's do maybe a mushroom field. So the biome set between 480 and -8 and 32, 112 and 20 is now a mushroom field. I don't know what that actually tells you. I don't know if this is going to be something you can use to force mobs to spawn. It has, as you can see, it now says mushroom field right where I'm standing. So I don't know, the grass color hasn't changed, so that don't seem to be a thing you can change the grass color of. I'm guessing it just determines what mobs spawn now. So we'll most likely see mushrooms here, but because it's grass, mushrooms won't actually spawn because they require, the mycelium block. This does also bring a new execute command. Execute if, and then you can now pick a biome. So if you want a command to execute if you are in a ocean biome, you can now do that. And you can also execute unless a biome. They have also fixed a bug where high potion effects would show an infinite symbol or just the 2 dots with zeros. That has now been fixed, so they will now give the exact time the potion effect lasts for. This is, I think, just because it was too confusing and players weren't too obvious on how long they would last. Let's give maybe glowing, and let's see let's do conduit power. So as you can see, it now shows you an exact time rather than just a load of symbols. So you now know exactly how long you have that effect for. Endermans now drop their loot table, or the block they're holding has a loot table. So that can be altered depending on obviously the block they are holding. And the final bug that I think is useful is villagers will actually, or villagers and piglins now can open doors. I don't know when this bug got introduced. I'm guessing it was most likely last snapshot or something. But villagers, if they need to, they will open and close doors again. Okay, there we go. It opened the door there. Anyway, that is all that is within this snapshot. There are a lot of technical changes and a lot of bug fixes that are on the technical side. So I will link the patch notes in the description if you do want to look at them all. But anyway, that is at the end of this video. If you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. We're going to end with the Piglin head on. And for anyone wondering, the Piglin head does stack up to 64. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.